Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being on the call here for the Power Circle Network Membership Success System. It's Monday morning, 10 o'clock sharp on April 15th, 2013. Happy Tax Day. So anyway, let's get forward going here. And we're here to help you build your network for life, helping you to understand how to attend, build, and create. That's our basic underlying philosophy and system of how to build the Power Circle Network. Folks, it all comes down to that we're building a world-class learning organization that trains entrepreneurs to build their own network of PCN Power Circles, and that ultimately to help them market their own business. Because, you know, it's all about what's in it for you. Everyone's tuned into WWWIIFM out there. What's in it for me? So what's in it for you with the Power Circle Network is what's in our logo. It's teaching you how to attract everyone, build 5, 7, 10 key relationships, and learning how to make that work so that you can build your Power Circle. Folks, come to the Power Circle Network for events and trainings so that they can build strategic relationships and also get emotional, social, business support, because sometimes it's a lonely business getting going in a home-based or small business. And we also provide what ties that together as accountability, so that you can learn to say what you're going to do and then follow through and do what you're going to say. And that builds credibility out in the marketplace and gets you focused on doing the right things in business. So folks, that's why people come to the Power Circle Network. And folks, a lot of your Power Circles out there should be starting this way with a quick 2-3 minute review so that everyone understands exactly what's going on. And part of why you're here today is the Membership Success System. Just so we're clear, we're here to give you a turnkey networking model and system that does those things that you see there in blue: more contacts, more prospects, more sales, ultimately to drive more profits and more money. More money is better than less money, but ultimately, as long as you're doing the right thing out there for the right reasons, that's going to follow. It all comes down to building relationships rapidly and professionally, and providing accountability along that process. That's what the Membership Success System is here for. And right now, as we are launching this, we really have 3 basic components, 3 basic objectives that we're working on implementing. And one is, it's an advanced training so that you can maximize your results coming up here at our big event at the June Expo on June 18th. So that's an exciting thing. The MSS is also meant to train and retrain the core of our PCN network, and that's going on right now as we go into the Expo as well. It's happening simultaneously. And last but not least, it's an opportunity really for new long-distance members of the Power Circle Network who really can't come to a local Power Circle Network. There's no one there to train them. That's what the MSS has really been put together for, so they can have connection to the hub here in Indianapolis and Greenwood, so that they can hear it straight from the source and invest an hour a week to really focus in on learning the system and moving forward, creating a library of services, of information that they can plug into so they can get on the right track and follow this proven system. Folks, the MSS really is in a soft launch, so everything's not there, but ultimately the core of this thing is, which is this weekly webinar and already the 6 or 7 hours of video and webinar that's already in place that someone can buy and start getting going and basically create what it took us a year or 2 to get going. They can have all that intelligence right now today simply by plugging in and watching those webinars. So refer a friend to this thing, whether they're in Hackensack, New Jersey or Vallejo, California. I don't care. It's all good. It's going to work for them as well out on the East Coast as the West Coast, out in Florida or in Washington or in Texas. It don't matter. People are the same everywhere. It works if you work it. Folks, let's start today's training. We always open up with a similar format. It'll evolve over time, but it's not going to be a surprise. One week, all of a sudden, the graphics are going to be different. It doesn't work like that. Folks, let's review our action assignment from last week. Are you really engaged in the PCN MSS process? Ultimately, did you invite 10 people to your Power Circle? And certainly, did you create a list of 30 people so that you don't have to think about who are the 10 people you're inviting this week? Folks, you can do this on the fly or you can plan it out in advance. My recommendation is do both. as you go through your daily business and you're talking to new people, hey, invite 2 people a day to your Power Circle Network event. Folks, it's as easy as that, and you can get your 10 done for the week. Obviously, if you plan it out, it's even better, and do a little bit of focused, intentional growth. That's the right thing. So I'm challenging you. Did you do your basic building process? If you're in the MSS, the Membership Success System, you know about the 10 core already. If you don't, get back to it. Watch that video about the 10 core commitments. It's in your weekly message, and get that watched and get down to following the basics of the business. So look forward to a call this week. I was out at convention for my primary business last week and got motivated and got some great training. And ultimately this week we're going to continue with inventorying through the 50 or so folks on the MSS, and look forward to a call, and I look forward to talking with you, especially if you're plugged in and listening to this thing. I know it because you've clicked through on the links to watch the videos, and I know about that from my communication system. So hey, if you're ready, if you're desiring success, if you're coachable and willing to work, this thing works. It's as simple as that. Let's get going. Quick review. Hey, the 10 core commitments. I can't say enough about that. You need to have watched that video. If you haven't done it, get down to doing it, because if you don't know what they are, you can't make the membership success, you can't make the Power Circle process work for you. You'll just be, sort of in the river, going along with the stream, and you'll be developing as fast as the person at your Power Circle who understands, they're doing their program. Whether or not they're plugged into the 10 core, I don't know. You won't know either unless you know the 10 core. So get it straight from the source. Go to the video, watch it, and understand it, and then make sure your Power Circle is following this philosophy. Also, some great PCN philosophy is on a webinar that we did, a couple weeks ago. Basics of doing things right, showing up on time and the like. So make sure you go back and watch that video if you haven't already. Also, 2 weeks ago, we had a great little promotional activity so that you can really get in gear, because we're 60 days out or so from the June Expo. So we need to get on this now, folks, and watching that video from a couple weeks ago is a great thing to do. We had a great review last week, and I threw that challenge down. Are you really building your Power Circle? Are you really getting down to choosing to build a Power Circle network of your own, a family of Power Circles, as it were? That's what the MSS is all about. So, folks, we're going to go today to foundational philosophy that probably isn't being shared out there. I just want to lay this down, and it's from Robert Kiyosaki. It's basic stuff that I shared the first 6, 8, 12 months. Every one of the first 3 Power Circles heard about this every single week. And folks, if you don't understand this concept, you're going to understand it now. That's the point of today's Membership Success System webinar. It's the model called EBSI from Robert Kiyosaki in the cash flow quadrant. You can see great videos, and soon on our resources page you'll be able to see Robert Kiyosaki presenting this ESBI. But I want to share it with you today because it needs to get out there, and you need to go find this yourself and understand that the Power Circle Network is founded and is a system for helping you become what's called a big business owner. That's someone who's building an organization or an employee base of 500 or more people. And that might sound unbelievable to you as a small business owner sitting around with maybe 1 employee or 5 employees or 10 employees, and maybe you haven't ever heard this before. Well, let's hear it today and just understand what the Power Circle Network is. I'm not saying that you have to build your business to 500 employees. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is get the mindset right, and your profits will go through the roof. If you're doing the activity and mindset of big business owners and investors, you're going to rock the world out there. And that's, hey, we're out here to serve people and make a lot of money too, and that's great. When you follow the B and I principles, the big business owners and investors, that's when your profitability is going to be affected. So let's go with the model here. As an employee, which 85% or 80% of the people out there are, they're interested in security. They have a job that they show up to. They clock in, clock out, and there's nothing wrong with that. Whether you're making $6 an hour or $56 an hour. It's all good. But ultimately, what you got to understand that you're in sales too, even as an employee, on the production line, doing whatever. It just means that you've sold your time to your employer at one point in time when they hired you, and then they start giving you 2% raises every year if you're lucky. That's what an employee is, and hey, that's great. It's a wonderful thing, and we want to work with employees too, but just understand what that is, and understand that the Power Circle Network here is helping teach that, hey, even as an employee, you don't have to stay that way. You can add in a self-employed component, and by being part of the Power Circle Network, you're really adding in a big business owner philosophy to being an employee. And let's show you why that's a big deal. You'll understand that when we're done with this webinar. As a self-employed person, it's a very easy transition from going from E to being self-employed. You can start a part-time business and start producing something or some service, create it yourself, whatever it is. Understand that doctors, professionals like engineers and CPAs and insurance people, they're self-employed people. They control their own schedule, but ultimately when they stop producing whatever it is they're doing or making, their income stops generally, unless they got a residual, I call that S plus, like insurance agents. They sell insurance, they get paid today, and then they get a little residual income because their clients keep buying from them. But that's a different thing. But it's still self-employed activity, and it's generally just one person, maybe a 10 or 20 employees or whatever. And that's the mindset. It's these folks that are self-employed, they're a different breed from the employees because they're interested in being a little bit more independent, not being dependent on someone to give them a paycheck. They're going out and making it happen, and they're very independent-minded folks. And a lot of small business owners are fitting in this category, and it isn't that great. But ultimately, the difference between the S and the B quadrant is when the S's stop working, their business generally falls apart. It stops working. Their income starts going down, and eventually it implodes. It's just the way that it is in the self-employed world. It's a different way of trading time for money. It's very independent. It's a great thing. It's a better lifestyle generally. It's tougher than being an employee, but there's more rewards. But ultimately, you see that line there in the center. What you want to do is cross that chasm. It's a hard transition, but what Power Circle Network does, it gives you an easy way to start learning the thinking of big business owners who have 500 plus employees. You can't get this class at university or at the School of Hard Knocks. You got to find someone who's willing to teach it, who understands the principles, who's done the readings, who's doing the business, who's built hundreds of people into their business, like we have in the Power Circle Network in our primary business, having built already to 400 plus people active in our sales and marketing organization. We know what this is all about, and we're here to share it with you so that you can catch this philosophy and add it in, whether you're an employee or a self-employed person. Understanding this Power Circle Network process will help you grow your profits. And again, this is all about the MSS, more profits, more contacts, more sales, all that stuff. It comes with understanding the thinking of a big business owner. Big business owners are all about relationships, working with other people to create word-of-mouth advertising, teaching people to sell and refer for you. It's all because of the relationships, and that's what, and the system, and that's what the Power Circle Network is. It's a network. It's a system of organized word-of-mouth marketing that you can employ to improve your profitability, whether you're an employee or a self-employed business owner. It all works. And ultimately, as your profit goes up, you can start learning to get your extra money. And isn't extra money a great thing? We don't recommend stop being an employee if you are one or anything like that. Let's generate extra money so we can put the money to work for us and as an investor and start making extra profits because our money goes to work for us. That's what the Power Circle Network is. Look at that logo up there in the left-hand corner. You see that there's you at the center, and you have 8 good folks around you that know, like, and trust you. You know, like, and trust them. You're working on your contacts together. You're all selling something to somebody. You're selling through them. to other folks that they know, and then creating your network. Ultimately, that's creating a big business for yourself because you're putting other people to work with you, and they're voluntarily coming along. That's what we're doing here, folks. You just got to get that clear in your mind that we're organizing the word-of-mouth marketing channel that you already have sitting in your cell phone. Let's just bring it on and make it happen. And by working together, we create a huge organized word-of-mouth channel for all of ourselves. And, you know, isn't that why we're here? That's why you're out networking. We're just doing it in a more organized and duplicable fashion. So let's move on to the other sort of the step 2, phase 2 from the ESBI model. This is called the BI triangle. And it took a while for me to figure that out because, you know, I'm not the sharpest tack in the box. But BI triangle stands for the big business investor triangle. And what this means, folks, is that you all have a business as an employee or as a self-employed person. You generally have been trained to focus on those 5 things in the center, knowing that your product's the most important thing. Well, no, it's not the most important thing. It's a crucial thing, but it's not the most important thing. Certainly as a business owner, and for the employees on the line, ultimately your paycheck or how much you're making, your cash flow is the most important thing. Because if they stop paying you as an employee, or you stop making money or profit, and stop having cash come into your business, that's a big, big problem. That's why cash flow is the foundation of this model, and not at the top of that, you know, purple pyramid there. So these are the 5 most important things to focus on as a small business owner, as an employee. You generally will be fitting into one of these 5 things, focused on your product. You know, we live in the most litigious society in the entire world. We have more lawyers in the United States than the rest of the world combined. So the fact of the matter is, having your legal ducks in a row is a huge deal. And obviously contact me if you have an issue with that, because that's what I sell, legal services. But anyway, the systems that you have in your business, crucial thing to focus on, because you need to be system dependent and not people dependent. And that's the Power Circle Network is an application of that. So we'll learn more about that as time goes on. And of course, communication, how you're selling, how you're working with people, how you're serving your customers, how you're talking to folks, your written communications, all of that stuff is very, very important and is one of the 5 crucial things. And ultimately, like I opened up with, the most important thing is not what you're selling, your product. Folks that think that, hey, they're just making a mistake. The real deal is cash flow, whether it's your paycheck or the cash coming into your business to fund your business. It's the most important thing. It needs to be focused on, and we teach that concept inside of the Power Circle Network. But big business owners, they think differently. They think about those 5 things. It's crucial. Yes, it's very important. However, big business owners and investors, they think about these 3 things around the outside. And ultimately, the foundational thing is, what is your mission? What is your cause? What are you trying to accomplish out there in the marketplace? How are you, motivating your team in terms of your leadership? Obviously, your ability to lead your team. These things go together like white and rice. It's a triad. They all affect one another. So how big is your team, and what are they doing? Are they clear about the mission? And your leadership ability, your ability to lead that team, as John Maxwell says, everything rises and falls on leadership. That's why one army beats the other. It's not because of the differentiating factor is how good the general is, how much they've done the other 6 things so that they lead well, and how clear is the mission. And great leaders understand the mission. Great team members, they know what the mission is because the leader has communicated it to them. It's a circle, and you hear the term vicious circle or spiral. It's a spiral that works in both directions, folks. And what we teach inside of the Power Circle Network is let's create a spiral that's getting stronger and stronger and stronger and better and better and better. And you got to know that you're either going up or you're going down. You're either learning about these things or you're not learning about these things. And guess what? Chaos doesn't work. Things aren't going to randomly, form, and all of a sudden, you're going to have 500 people working for you. It just doesn't happen by magic. You have to be in a system, learning the system, and applying it every single day. And that's what the membership success system is for you, so that you can pick up and understand the 10 core commitments, because the 10 core reflect this BI triangle. It teaches you how to do the right things to build your business and become a better leader and build a team and be clear about your mission that you're sharing with your team. And if you apply the 10 core commitments of the Power Circle Network, you are not only going to build your Power Circle, but you're going to create a family of Power Circles, because some of those people that hang around, those 8 people that are part of your Power Circle, a couple of them are going to start their own Power Circle once they really understand what it is we're talking about here. And then so on, 1 becomes 3, becomes 9, becomes 27, becomes hundreds, becomes thousands. And folks, I'm going to wrap up here this training by taking you through how we always close out, and have some commentary about where I've been the last week, and just want to share it from the heart with you. Ultimately, attend, build, create. You got to show up every week, and hey, it's free to do this Power Circle Network thing on a weekly basis. And obviously, you're stepped up because you're plugged into the source, and understanding that, hey, the membership success system helps you grow rapidly and professionally, and gives you some personal accountability with myself and my wife, and that's a great thing should you choose to take advantage of it. But ultimately, when you start bringing friends to the table and building that Power Circle through people you know, like, and trust, or new people you want to develop relationships with, this works if you work it, folks. Just keep at it. It works. Understand that you can create this whenever you want. You can grow your own event if you haven't already started. Let's get down to it. If you're building a circle, let's get down to building a lunch. Let's step up. It doesn't cost a whole lot to do. We can show you how to do it on a shoestring. But ultimately, it's the same process, just more people. And, a little bit of cost in there. And we'll show you how to do that for 10 or 20 bucks and make it work. It's a great thing. Folks, your own event is where it's at. You have to build your own event sooner or later if you want to become a big business, or if you want to be a small business that has a ton of profit. Putting butts in seats is ultimately the name of the game. You just have to learn the process, and we're teaching it to you through the MSS. And, you'll learn this for free even as a Power Circle member. So isn't that cool? You can grow from 1 circle to 4 to 16 to 64 to hundreds to thousands. And folks, you're going to watch it happen, because if you don't build it, you're going to watch me build it, or you're going to watch other successful people inside the Power Circle Network family go and do it. You can step up and get this done anytime you want, simply by plugging in and doing the MSS and coming along for the ride. It's sort of like the river's there, and you can watch the river go by with a strong current, and not be in it. You can dip your toe in the water. Nothing's going to happen. A giant fish isn't going to come up and grab you and pull you into the river. You got to decide to jump in and come along for the ride, because once you get into this thing, whether you're doing this for free or stepped up to the MSS, the current's going to train you, because it's going to take you down the stream. And that's what we're here to do. The MSS, the 10 core commitments, we are the current. You just got to decide to get both feet in the water, and float along and come along for the ride and do the right things to stay afloat and make it work. So folks, no politics, no hoops to jump through. There's no cost to run the Power Circle Network. Obviously, you're the swift of the swift who have decided that the MSS is, you can learn this thing faster if you apply yourself. So congratulations to you on that. Folks, your action assignment for this week is really as straightforward as this. What do you really want to do with the Power Circle Network? Write it down and email it to me, because if you don't know what you're doing with the Power Circle Network, eventually you're going to stop doing it. So, get clear about what you're trying to accomplish with your business, whether you're employed or self-employed. Let me know, because I want to know, because I want to help and give you some personal consultation how you can maximize, because you deserve it, because you're one of the first members inside of our success system. So I want to help you as much as possible. Also state why you want to do it. Like from the heart. I'm talking about the emotionality of this thing. Because you know what? No matter what business you're in, you're doing it for a reason. I'd love to know what that reason is. So again, I can, because ultimately we're partners in this. Whatever your business is, I want to help you get it done. So know in your heart why, because the bumps are going to come in business. The days when you can't make a sale to save your life, and it's going to get hard at certain times. And then you're going to have to, grow through that. And we want to help you do that by knowing, that's the emotional and support side of the business. So share that, because if you don't want to share that with us, how can you ask, your circle to share these kinds of things with you? And, this is what ties us all together and grows the culture of your event. Like you have culture in your power circle, or you're busy developing that, I'm doing the same thing with the core members of the Membership Success System, because I really want you to see you guys succeed with this process and take your business to wherever you want to go. But you got to be clear on that. So if you're really ready for success, desiring success, if you're coachable, willing to work, hey, do the action assignment. It's as clear as that. If I don't see it from you, hey, I'm not going to make you do this. Again, this is a voluntary deal. Folks, again, it's always free. It's always going to be free. We're up to about 20 events and growing here in the local marketplace. I'm sure we're going to be up to 30 or 40 by the time we hit mid-June and the expo, and it's going to explode from there. We're going to grow through the summer, and it's going to be great, and the Membership Success System is going to be off and running, and you can be part of that if you want. But really, we need committed members who really see the value in this, and you just got to let me know that you're in it to win it. It's as simple as that. Attend, build, create. Wherever you want to be. I'm focused on the lunches now. I know we got 20 great events going, and I know 30 and 40. We're going to be at 30, 40 power circles, but we're going to build a west side and a north side event come heaven or high water. It's just going to come, because I'm ready. I'm ready to help two good people to do it. I just don't know who it is yet. I'm just saying, if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's get her done. So look for our About Us page to get fleshed out this week. I just didn't know it was going to be so busy last week off at my convention. And let me just share this. I was in a room with 10,000 people who understand a lot of the things that the Power Circle Network is based on. And man, it's amazing to be part of a group like that, seeing it happen out in the marketplace, and understand that event started with 100 people, 15 years ago, and it's grown. So we can do the same thing here with the Power Circle Network. It really comes down to, do you want to grow? Do you want to get to a nice power circle of 10 and then a group of 40 through five power circles? And then do you want to build your own lunch of 20 or 30 people and move on from there? Folks, it can happen if you want it to happen. Folks, look for the resources page again to flesh out this week here as we get back on the ground and make it happen. And we're really excited about coming up on Expo here on June 18th. So take action now, A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. And folks, thank you for watching. Always come back. Be sure to bring a friend in business. Consider creating your own event. And if you've done that already, get ready to start, breaking off and growing to 2, 3, 4 events. And, hey, get ready for a lunch. Anyone can do this. I did it. It took 45 days. You can do it. Pick a date, send it, and start promoting. We'll teach you. Hand in hand, we'll lock arms, we'll get it done. And it's your lunch. It's not my lunch, it's your lunch. If you want help, hey, I'll speak at it. I'll help promote it. We'll leverage the whole network, push people to you. It's time, folks. Step up and be the leader. You got my name and number, ABC. Just do it, folks. We're here to help you. We'll see you next week. Thanks for being on the line live here at the Power Circle Network Success System from April 15th, 2013. Folks that are on the line live, stick around. We'll interact. Folks that are listening and watching this on the recorded webinar, thanks for doing that. Come to the live presentation Mondays at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thanks a lot.